Hello guys, and welcome to Simmer and Say, the podcast where the stuff stays hot and the conversations even hotter. My name is Otieno, and I'm here with...
I am Esther.
I'm also here with...
And I'm Rachel.
So we are three friends with three different perspectives. And on this podcast, we chat and we cook. Grab a chair and enjoy this episode.
Hi. How was your week?
My week was amazing. How was yours?
Very productive. So now, kindly introduce what you're having on the menu today.
Today we're having some turkey. And for our turkey, these are our ingredients. We have some spices. This is lemon, pepper, and herb. This is danajera. Have some curry powder.
Oh yeah.
Have some chili beef. And we have some thyme and a bit of honey.
Oh.
And some pepper and garlic as well. And we're going to make our turkey with some ugali and vegetables.
Okay. Wow.
Turkey will be simmering. We are going to be talking about a very controversial, sensitive topic today. We're going to be talking about the messy world of cheating. Is it ever justified? Is it fair? We're going to be giving our different views on the topic, and at this point I'm compelled to issue a trigger warning because as I've said, the topic is very sensitive. Welcome.
So for our turkey, we are going to pressure cook it because the meat is a bit tough. So you need to slow cook it in a pressure cooker. So you're going to select the chicken stock duck and meat, which comes to 15 minutes. So we'll add so we've added some water.
So according to Institute of Family Studies, actually 20 to 25% of married people in the US admit to cheating at least once. And then in Kenya, 36% of married people admit to being unfaithful, with men more likely to report cheating. That is according to Kenya National Bureau of Statistics of 2022 survey. And according to Journal of Marriage and Family, 70% of relationships don't survive after cheating is discovered. Very interesting. So also, a study in the Archives of Sexual Behavior found that the boredom, anger, and lack of emotional connections are common triggers, not just sex. So cheating often isn't planned. That is 70% of women who cheated said it started emotionally before it got even physical. So another thing was attachment style matter. So people with avoidant and anxious attachments are more likely to cheat. That is according to Psych Today of 2021. So on social and gender dynamics, so men typically cheat for sexual variety, while women often cheat due to emotional dissatisfaction. That is according to Rutgers University of Study. So infidelity in men is rising. Some studies show that 40% increase in the last decade, especially in the urban areas. And emotional cheating is often considered worse than physical cheating by 60% of women, but only 45% of men. So according to the study by Rogers, 60% of women cheat due to emotional dissatisfaction. So maybe it's not the body, it's just the bond that breaks the fast. So that's the statistic according to the internet.
Esther, thoughts
on that? It's actually
or the onion is already making you cry. Are you crying for the statistics?
I don't know whether I'm crying because of the statistics or because of the facts. But that is generally a very, very, very sensitive topic because people have different perspectives. There are people who will say that cheating is a deal breaker for them. Others will say it happens. It rains everywhere. So it's a really, really interesting and controversial topic.
Yeah, so before we even go to where we would ask ourselves whether are we able to justify cheating, let me read some confessions. So I'm going to read some confessions. This is also through internet. And then now we will give our perspectives on if you are the person confessing.
Okay.
What would you have done?
Yeah.
So the first one, I cheated with my ex the night before my wedding. Interesting. It goes. So the night before I got married, my ex called and asked to see me one more last time. One drink turned into another and I slept with him. I still went through with the wedding and my husband has no idea. I love him, but that night haunts me to death. Now, is this cold fit? I'm asking you, especially Atieno, is this cold fit? Could we say unresolved feelings or pure betrayal? If someone cheats before the vows, is it even worse?
I think it could be the worst form of cheating, because you're about to commit your life to someone, and then you're out there like cheating. It's maybe there are some unresolved feelings.
Yeah.
And then now the other party, I think I would feel very betrayed if someone cheated on me on the eve of our wedding.
Eve of your wedding.
Yeah.
And I would also, this got me thinking, because now if you're going to, you see, marriage is a lifetime kind of commitment.
Yeah.
So if you're going here and you still have, that means you've been chatting with this person, even through this kind of serious courtship.
Yeah.
So are you really sure of what you're going to commit? Are you just taking vows for the sake?
Yeah, I think in that case then someone they're not ready to commit. But then again, I've realized sometimes people just get married for the sake of being married, but then they've not thought through the kind of commitment that they're getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's an issue.
Because I'm also thinking because even the walls got the ears, right?
Yeah.
So if one day this guy get to catch this kind of news, will that be the end of this marriage, Esther?
Yeah, I believe it will be, because someone will view it as, you see, this is different. A night before your wedding, so someone will say you are not committed from the get-go. So definitely.
So these are pure betrayal.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fair betrayal, because like you mentioned before, a lot of relationships or marriages don't get back to where they were after someone has discovered that the other partner cheated.
Wow.
Yeah.
The trust. Okay, fine. So number 2, he cheated first, so I got even. Somebody's smiling. Okay. So my boyfriend cheated on me with some girl from his gym. When I found out, I acted like I forgave him. Then I slept with his best friend and never told him. We eventually broke up. But I don't regret this. I just wanted him to hurt like I did. So now my question would be, revenge cheating, justify payback or sinking to their level? Do you consider this, do you feel like this is sinking to his level? Because clearly if somebody cheats, then I don't know how. Let me get your views on this. Do you justify the revenge bit?
Like when you try and justify now, you say you cheated because someone else is cheating. What is the difference between you and the other person?
Yeah.
Because when you say you're going to revenge, it never ends well. Both of you are going to get hurt. There is no satisfaction. After you do it, then what next? You should ask yourself, so after you do it, what next? Will you feel any better about the fact that you were hurt before? Or is this going to change anything about the fact that you were cheated on?
So Esther, are you trying to be politically correct, or are those your true sentiments?
It's actually very true, because when you decide, I'm going to do it, but then again, you see, there are different perspectives, because there's that thought that comes in that more of tit for tat.
Which is a very fair game.
A fair game.
Very fair, not just fair.
Yeah, so when you decide to go the tit for tat way, it's a fair game. Maybe there's something that you'll get from actually doing that, or maybe not. I don't think there's a right answer to this, because this is relationship. People act on relationship with emotions. It's not logical. When you're hurt, then matters of the heart, you become irrational. So there's no logic. There's no this is the right way, or there's no. In fact, you might say, me, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't cheat back. But then until it happens to you, then
now you realize
it hits you that it's different.
It's different.
Yes.
And like you see, once somebody cheats on you, then the trust is broken, right?
Yeah.
So now the moment you still sinking to their level, that means there is no happiness.
Yeah.
So like me, I would say, you either stay or leave. If you ask me, I think this is sinking to their level. You are now betraying yourself. We should learn to love ourselves. So that this now you sinking to their level, you betraying yourself, and I would advise, if you are not happy, just leave.
And also people have different, what is it called? Different, people normally say, cheating is like a deal breaker for me. Others will say physical abuse is a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
So people have different deal breakers.
So whatever works for
there's a common saying, it's not really a saying, but Kenyans like saying it rains everywhere.
It rains everywhere.
Green on the other side. The grass is never green on the other side.
Yeah.
You will say, I will leave, and then you move from the frying pan into the fire. So it's a catch-22 kind of situation.
This is tricky.
So I think revenge is justified.
Okay.
Yeah. If you cheat, I cheat back.
Interesting.
I either cheat back or I leave. Like those are the two options.
There's no in between.
No in between. Wait, what is the in between?
Repeat. What are the options you have?
To leave or to cheat back? What's the in between?
I don't know.
Forgive.
I don't know whether forgive is ever really an option.
Yeah, because I'm thinking by the time someone has cheated, they've exchanged body fluids with someone else.
So you're gonna do
There's
that?
there's all kinds of diseases.
Yes.
There's HIV, there's HPV. There's and several other STIs. So I don't know how I'm going to get myself to the point where now I've decided to, forgive you, and then now we are one big happy family
Again, yeah. Because now for the first time, you see, if you ask me, cheating is not an accident.
Yeah.
Actually, you plan.
Yeah.
You don't just wake up and cheat.
They drove from the house or they drove from work.
Exactly. To go and meet this particular mistress or who you are.
Mr.
Yes. And then now, the fact that you plan for this. It shows how disrespectful or how you see me as your partner. And therefore, I don't think I would be at a point where I will see you as my partner again, because how do I love somebody who don't love me? Clearly, I think that's the only way somebody will tell me I don't love you without telling me I don't love you. So the fact that you planned, you've actually organized, and you've decided to do this behind my back or whatever, because of course it can only be behind my back.
So we're using a pressure cooker to cook the turkey. So in case usikie kelele sana, please bear with us just for a few minutes.
Our turkey is almost ready. We're just removing it from the pressure cooker. Look at how good our broth is.
It smells really nice.
Smells really nice. I'm looking forward to this. You're cooking. Just need a bit because the onions will brown. You don't need
No matter the amount
yes.
or oil.
You don't need to jazz again because when you jazz, what will happen? You won't enjoy the meal. The taste will be like in the what's the word that is used in the steer cooking knife. Like you feel nauseated when you food has a lot of oil. Yes. So I normally prefer this. You can always adjust. Like if you feel it's not enough, you can always adjust. But this for now is okay. So just give it time to brown. Pole.
Yeah.
And
But
then
when cooking, which spice would you want? Is it mafuta? Is it kitunguu? Which one should be in this bag? How do you call it?
personally, I love when onions are in plenty. Onions brings out the flavor in food. I don't know about other people, but for me, onions, more onions, less tomatoes. Because I feel tomatoes make food sometimes a bit sour when you use a lot of tomatoes, or they go bad easily. So onions, plenty of onions,
And a bit of
tomatoes, and not so much spices because you still want to retain the original flavor of your food. So like for our turkey, we still want it to have the original flavor of turkey. So when you put a lot of spices, then you lose that. Now it will taste like just like any other meat. But you want that experience to say that I tried turkey and it tasted like this. So you do spices. I love spices, but very minimal, so that you get to enjoy your food. I've added garlic to my onions. Now next, I'm going to add the turkey. The turkey is really big and looks appetizing already.
The bones look like the bones of a goat.
Yeah, they're massive.
They're so big.
And also point to note, turkey is very meaty. So if you are one who loves meaty meat, then turkey is a big food. Like a small piece with a spear come out. Come on, you see that. So now we'll add our tomato, blended tomato. And just give it time to our turkey. We added tomatoes, we've added the bell peppers, red and green. We've added some spices, pepper powder, and some Royco cube and chili cube. See how nicely browned it is. We want that.
Let's get confession 3. So my husband was terminally ill and I fell in love with someone else. Here's the story. While caring for my terminally ill husband, I met someone who gave me emotional support. It started innocent, but turned into a full-blown affair. My husband passed away not knowing. I still wonder if I was a terrible person or just lonely one. Now, talking point to Ulvi, can you cheat out of grief, loneliness, or emotional collapse? Is this still betrayal? Do you consider this betrayal?
Yeah, I think that is massive betrayal, because why are you cheating on your partner when they're sick? A sick partner, where do you get the time? Where do you get the time? Where do you get the time? I think it's massive betrayal. Maybe she wasn't there emotionally as well. Yeah, because now you see, when you are a caretaker or nursing, first of all, you're not emotionally stable. So like the space you have in your heart actually to share with someone else, chances are very high you had a fallout before even the illness. So she was there to prove point that, you see, I cannot leave you at your worst. So still, I don't know. This is a very tricky one.
I'm going to be the devil's advocate in this situation.
Yes, please.
I am speaking as a medic.
Yeah.
What most people forget is when you're having an oily partner, everyone focuses on the partner and not you.
Okay.
There is so much burden on a caregiver, and we are human.
Yeah.
We are at that time you are overwhelmed, you are emotional, you feel helpless. So what happens with the cheating is anyone who will give you some sort of comfort, since you are not emotionally right to handle the whole situation, you lean onto that person, and that is how,
it
it doesn't necessarily mean that you are an evil person or you didn't care about your partner. It's just the human being that you are already overwhelmed, and everyone focuses on the person who is unwell. People forget the caretaker, and the caretaker is normally overburdened. Let's take a case of someone who's bedridden. They will not even feel the emotion because everyone will be like, how is Rachel today?
Would you try this fruit?
Yes.
What do you want?
Yes. Everyone forgets about
What
the care.
can we do for you today?
And everyone forgets about the caregiver, who plays a very, very crucial role in all this. And now when you, let's say, sleep up, not really the right one, but remember, you are very vulnerable, you are emotional. So anyone who gives you like a tinge of support or attention, this now becomes your savior, sort of.
Can we blame the savior? Because the savior is taking advantage of the vulnerable. And can we now again actually take the savior behind the tent and have a candid conversation with the savior?
I don't know about blaming the savior, but just remember where this person is coming from. It's not out of spite, they're not doing it out of spite. It's just our human nature to want to be wanted, or our human nature to want to be supported, or our human nature to want to be cared for. You spend a lot of time taking care of a sick person, so you do not even have, no one even asks you, umeamka aje? Unaendelea aje?
How are you?
And that question is very, very important.
I don't know why I'm leaning towards you again very fast. My problem with her is regretting. You see, maybe she wasn't a bad person, because
she
now,
wasn't.
if any case this was the case, then you would have not been like feeling this way.
Because any kind of illness, especially long terminal illness, takes a toll on people, not just financially. It takes a toll on people emotionally, financially, even physically. You get tired. You care for someone who's unwell. Maybe you have to lift them. You don't have enough support, so you have to lift them, carry them. So you are used to being given the usual statement, the baby girl treatment. I'm talking from
there comes the devil who would come, hi baby, how are you? But the one who was saying baby is now
yes. So I'll use my common line. I was used to being babied, and now here I am taking care of the baby. So you crave that attention. You lack that attention.
And any little attention you get, you will
fall for it because it's only human nature.
This has reminded me of a friend of mine who lost the mother. She was elderly, and then she was ill. She had cancer. So it got to a point where the mom passed on, and I was really feeling sorry for her. But she was telling me, I'm happy because she's rested. Yeah, because as Esther said, it seems like terminal illnesses like that have a heavy toll on everyone, so including the sick person.
Actually, it's heavy that you don't even realize. You don't feel the pain immediately. You only feel that pain after some time. So healing will take time, but clearly you think you are strong when the grief is still fresh. But it's crazy. It's not something like you. In fact, somebody who has gone through that just need grace.
True.
I think at this point I don't have any more words for this.
It's a lot, but still, please
But how
don't cheat on a sick person. Don't cheat on a sick person.
Where do you get the time? You're supposed to be changing diapers. Where?
Please don't cheat on a sick person. But Nani, you realize men will be having their women going through a C-section, and they'll be doing another woman.
Relax. A friend of mine told me that is this story. So someone wife was sick, was bedridden.
Yeah.
But then now she started a joke with the husband.
Yeah.
That so now in next few months somebody else will be putting on my clothes in the closet. And then the guy said, I don't think she can fit in your clothes.
Good luck.
There is someone already waiting for you to go.
To die. Exactly.
Yes. So that's how men actually survive.
Yeah.
And here we are thinking about the integrity, what people will say, what the society will say. Yeah. You should ask yourself, are you happy? Yeah. Are you happy? What do you want? Or what do you want? Happiness. Thank you.
Happiness and a good quality of life. That is not
Actually,
stressful.
good quality. Why haven't we thought of that?
Good quality of life, but if you cheat on a sick person, I'm judging.
They say don't judge. they say don't judge.
We don't judge. But I totally understand where Esther is coming from, because
As a medic, disclaimer. Disclaimer. me with my whatever I have, like I won't understand. Can you be there in sickness or in good health?
Yeah.
Yes. Why are you cheating on me?
That is the in sickness and in health.
Yes.
That is the sickness.
Yeah. The woman just decided to betray. Literally. But Esther is supporting. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. Yeah. We do confession 4 because of time.
Confession 4. I cheat every time I travel for work. So I love my partner, but I can't resist when I'm away on a business trip. It's like I'm a different person in a different city. I always come back home like nothing happened. It messed up, but I've convinced myself that what they don't know
Will not hurt them.
won't hurt them. I like the audacity. I like the confidence. Clearly, what they don't know will not hurt them. Like, I like that. You know, she's caring.
No,
you don't have to hurt someone.
He's already hurting someone by cheating, or she.
Hurting until they know.
Until
they know. Does distance make it less real?
No.
Well, you sound like a lover girl.
I'm a lover girl. That's why if you cheat,
Romantically hopeless.
I'm not forgiving.
It doesn't make it any less.
Yeah.
Or is this a classic case of selfishness? I think it is.
It's selfishness.
Yes.
Yeah, because what do you mean whatever they don't know will not
hurt them.
That doesn't make sense.
And also, why is it that every time they go out? So is it with different people or just that one person? Because
If-
her story says every time.
Every time.
Yes.
It's like I'm in a different city.
Yes, every time with a different partner.
Oh no.
So hers is a bit overboard. Even
This is
the
crazy.
devil's advocate will not
You
advocate for her.
can't.
No, I will not advocate for her.
You can't.
No. So why is it?
It's crazy because the only part I like here is like what they don't know.
Why do you like that part?
Don't hurt them.
Why do you like that part?
Because now she's not doing it intentionally. She's
It's
not
intentional.
hurting intentional, but not intentional hurting. I don't know why you don't understand.
No,
Those
that's
are-
she's trying to convince herself. She's just trying to convince herself that this is not going to hurt their partner.
But it
in
might
real
hurt
sense.
their partner.
But this is making her happy
Yeah.
by the look of things. And we are advocate for happiness.
No, not in that way. Not at the cost of the happiness of other people.
So what do you tell her?
She's selfish. Sorry,
Classic.
classic selfishness. Because Esther has raised a very important question there. Is he or she cheating with different people? Because then that makes things 10 times worse. They are collecting diseases.
You know your problem is just the disease bit. your issue is just the disease bit.
Which brings me to a question.
Yeah.
Acheno,
Yeah.
when you say you cheat back,
Yeah.
are you not also prone to diseases?
Exactly.
No, I use protection.
But what if they're also using protection?
They're not using it.
I'm sure
How sure are you?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. But
No, cheating
but
is
I'm
cheating.
not. The revenge wouldn't be against not using protection. The revenge would be against cheating.
Okay. Now that takes us to like just general opinion of each of us.
Yeah.
Are you able to justify cheating in any situation?
Yeah, one situation.
Okay, make us understand.
Revenge. Cheating as a form of revenge. I think that's the only situation. Well, according to me, I think that's the only situation where cheating is justified.
You can just let it pass like that.
I don't know if I can. Like, I don't know how I'll be able to move on and forgive and let go and let the relationship or the marriage get back to where it was. I don't know how I would be able to do that.
But now you see,
Or maybe I'm just running my mouth because I'm not in that situation.
exactly. No, not exactly. But you see, different situations. So we have married people who, according to statistics, they are the most cheating.
Yeah.
Very crazy. And then we have the girlfriend, boyfriend. In any of the situation, you say the only way you can justify cheating is the revenge bit.
The revenge
Cheat
bit,
on me, I'll do it 10 times.
Yeah.
You'll know what I'm made of.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. If you ask me, I think Esther is going to be the devil's advocate. I know.
I will still say, if someone is terminally ill, I will forgive you. Because, I mean, let's be real. This person is taking care. He or she has not left.
Yeah.
They're still there for you. The only bit they are lacking is the emotional bit.
Yeah.
So that is why they're going to cheat.
But at least they are taking care of it.
Yes, they are.
At least they are taking care of it because they had option of running away with this other person.
This is
by the way.
worse than someone living completely.
I have a question for you, Esther.
Yes.
You've heard people say that, back to the statistics that were shared by Rachel, women cheat for emotional reasons.
Yes.
So if you're not getting enough emotional support from your husband, are you justified to cheat?
Yeah. Is that justifiable?
I believe you are.
You are.
Have you communicated that? Now this will depend. Like
You start with communicating first. You communicate
Yeah.
that I don't feel had enough.
Yeah.
I don't feel that you are here emotionally.
you're not the one I married.
Yeah, you go through the whole process of
Yeah, this
trying
is
to
how I
communicate.
feel.
Yeah.
This is how I feel.
So after that, you either have an option of cheating to fill the void,
Yeah.
or you walk away.
Yeah.
There's always the easier way of walking away. But then remember, there are so many things involved when you start saying you're going to walk away. It's never as easy as people say that I'll walk away.
Yeah.
You will have built a family, you have children, you have investments together. So there's also the emotional tone of you saying, let me walk away.
Yeah.
So people will resort to, okay, let me get this emotional support from someone else. I'll still be here for my kids, which is, it's a messed up reason, but it happens.
Yeah.
That is like
There are
it
people
happens.
who stay for children.
Yes, others for property,
Others for property.
others for the society. What will people say?
Like
I think property maybe.
staying for children
Children,
now is a scam.
is a
We'll have
scam.
the conversation
Yeah,
later.
Yes.
But it doesn't. If you ask me, cheating is a deal breaker. I don't think there is anything that can make me justify cheating.
Yeah.
Because if you ask me, it's not something. As I said earlier, you don't just wake up and start cheating.
Cheating, true.
Yeah, you deviated. You started thinking of someone else
There was some
for whatever reason. Maybe it's because of me or something, but you decided to do that. And if you respect me enough, you ought to have communicated. You ought to have said, just like Esther said, that I'm not feeling the same, and I don't think this is working for me.
Yeah.
So that I try to change, or you try to change, or we try therapy or any other thing. Then if it still doesn't work for you, you are allowed to walk away, or I can walk away.
Yeah.
But honest opinion, nothing can justify cheating.
So when you say that people plan cheating, how do you explain the men especially I'm not so sure if women do it, but how do you explain
Men are special cases.
the men? Yes.
You want me to explain a special case? Like seriously?
Men, tell us,
Ask
tell
men.
us, tell us in the comments. Tell us in the
And
comments.
do you know they don't forgive cheating?
Yeah, they don't.
They cheat, but they don't forgive
They
cheating.
don't forgive cheating.
Yeah.
But now my question
And a
was,
cheating man is seen in the society. They are really Simba.
Yeah,
Yeah, ni Simba.
Yeah.
Yeah, anataka kuwinda.
Yeah.
Literally. Naona unataka kumwaga our spices. Simba anataka kuwinda. Lakini you'll be called all sorts of names.
Yeah.
And such is life.
Utaitwa majina nyingi sana.
Majina nyingi
So I wanted
sana.
to ask the men who go for the ladies of the night.
Mm-hmm.
A woman I don't know, a random woman, and then they pay them some money, and then is that planned cheating? Or he was thinking about it at work?
Were
they thinking about it at
I
work?
think they do it in the sense that they think there will be no strings attached.
Oh,
Yes, they
so
don't
it's
want-
the easiest.
It's transactional.
Yeah.
No strings attached. You
Want
go
this?
done,
Yeah.
then you go your way.
Yeah.
And I can do it any style I want because I've paid for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Painful.
But it's
Sad.
fun.
Sad.
It's sad. It's sad. Wow. Okay. That was hot.
Very hot.
So which one do you think hurts most? Emotional cheating or physical cheating? Physical is hurting.
But you know, I don't know how to answer that question because the emotional always leads to the physical.
But before, like let's live in the moment.
Before.
It's just emotional. We can live in it. We can live in it later.
But when you talk about emotional,
Yeah.
then probably 80 or 90% of people are cheating. Because what is emotional cheating?
I think 90. Why being modest?
Someone giving you attention.
Yeah.
Someone saying hi, you're smiling. You don't necessarily have to do anything physical with them, but emotionally, you're getting your attention.
I don't know the meaning of emotional cheating. Maybe I don't know the
So
real meaning of
that is the
emotional
meaning.
Yes.
They've not
Done it. But they have done it with their eyes
and their hearts.
and their hearts.
Yeah, so you see
They
why
have actually done it. It's only that.
you see why I said from
Yeah.
the beginning it's a very, very tricky topic.
Yeah.
It's very slow.
Yeah.
Because you will swear
You
by
have so many
everything.
double standards.
Yes, you swear by everything. I cannot tolerate cheating. Yeah. You go back to your life and then you say, lakini sijuzi nilikuwa naongelesha fulani, you were smiling,
Yeah.
nini, as much as you haven't even met physically,
Yeah.
but just that attention,
Yeah.
where you're either sitting there with your spouse and you're smiling over your phone,
Yeah.
and they're wondering who are you talking to.
Kumbe you're flirting with
You're
someone.
flirting with someone.
Yeah.
Actually, like you see, it doesn't just start like let's do it.
Yes.
It starts emotionally.
Yes. But really, where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? What counts as emotional cheating? Is it you saying hi to someone in your inbox, hi, or hi, can we have coffee?
So
is that emotional
how is
cheating?
can we have coffee cheating?
Yeah, that's
We are going to do business. Which cheating is
We are
there?
going to do. What
Yes.
if there's no business to do? The person is just
Networking.
Networking.
Networking. Coffee is sweet. Coffee is good for your health. I don't know if it's good for your health.
Yeah. Which brings us to the conclusion that there's no one who can stand and say, I have never cheated.
Emotionally.
There's no one who
Yes.
can stand and say, yes,
Emotionally, yeah.
Physically,
Yeah.
a couple of people might say I've never.
Yeah.
But emotionally,
I think it's
we are
true.
all victims.
Yeah,
or
like you.
Yeah.
No,
perpetrators.
perpetrators.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, the name. Don't you have any other?
Perpetrators of emotional cheating. Guys, would like to know what's your what counts as
hurts most?
emotional cheating,
Yeah.
and what hurts you harder than the other? Is it emotional cheating or the physical cheating where bodily fluids have been exchanged and orifices have been entered?
Wow. So I would also ask if you're neglected in a relationship, is cheating more understandable?
If
You are neglected.
neglected.
Yes. I think for you, yes.
I think it is. I think it is. I think if you're neglected, especially if it's a conversation that you've had with your partner, I think it's understandable. But really, in that situation, walk away.
Walk away. I just want to know, but you see, before walking away,
They have not
can you make it clear?
They have not cheated. They have just neglected you emotionally.
But why who do you think you are? Why are you neglecting me emotionally? And who do you think you are? Who is your mother? Why are you neglecting me emotionally?
Why are you like this?
Why are you like this, surely? Did I bring myself here?
You looked for me.
You look for me.
No, I think with time, especially in long-term relationships, people become comfortable. There's motherhood. You're trying to take care of kids. You're not able to give your partner the attention you gave them before you had the kids. Sometimes the man you're overwhelmed with work. Maybe coupled with
work now. If you love somebody, you will give them your time. Yeah, kwani katikati ya job hujaipata mtu anatoka nje mbio kushika simu, wewe wacheni mchezo. No, you don't have to neglect me emotionally. Once you do that, that's also a deal breaker. Then I have so many deal breakers, by the way.
that is also a deal breaker.
You don't do that.
No, sometimes it.
No, you either hear or not. You either hear. I will communicate with the first attempt, and it is a big issue. You're doing this.
Yeah.
You don't care.
Yeah. You either hear or not.
You either hear or not. You either hear or not. But again, it's crazy. Especially, but you see, we keep on blaming men. They are not here emotionally. But once we get to 30, and then we want to have it all, like the last episode. We want to have it all, and now you realizing that you've not been giving yourself enough. So now you also neglect him emotionally, focusing on your project, but you want him emotionally. Clearly, we have double standards.
Yeah.
I have double standards.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
I have double standards. Yeah, but that is crazy. If you're not here yet, relax.
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
That is the ghetto.
Yeah.
Crazy age.
Yes. So the last one would be second last one. Does cheating in toxic or abusive marriage count the same? I don't think so. By the time it's toxic, even if you cheat, there are a lot of overwhelming things going around my mind. I don't even.
Are you even in the right space?
Are you even
to cheat?
No, but you can cheat to get emotional support.
I think it goes back to Esther's point of getting emotional support.
Yeah.
Someone is here, they're not treating you well, and then there's another person out there.
They know how to identify a woman who is
neglected.
Yes.
Yeah.
They know, and they will start with that.
Yeah.
They'll start with
smile
that.
at you and then they'll compliment your looks.
Well, they will start with that.
And they're sending flowers to your office.
You've never seen the flowers.
You've never seen any flowers from your narcissistic man.
Where? Those guys.
Or your narcissistic partner only sends you flowers on the day when they've beaten you.
Oh my God.
And here is someone who's sending you flowers just because.
Yeah. Just because I thought of you and I think you deserve this.
Yeah.
Okay, this is crazy.
That's a tough one. I think that's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
But you see, like, people have different standards.
Yeah.
Your standard of love is not my standard of love. True. Your standard of love.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you, young woman, baby girl, please set your standards. Make them clear to people who are coming.
From the start.
Actually, because you'll not be able to fix it.
To fix it when it's late.
Yeah. Me, I'm just warning you. But if it is abusive, we also don't advocate for it in this channel.
Yeah.
Make it clear.
Yeah, in this channel.
Yeah.
In fact, I always say I might underline might and put it in bold and italics. I might forgive a man for cheating, but if a man puts his hands on me at an
That's it.
That's it.
I think we all agree on that.
Yeah. I've never been in that situation ya kupigwa, but if it happens,
It's over.
It's over.
Beating don't know.
Yeah, we don't advocate for any form of violence on this channel.
But there is also the emotional abusive, which actually will mess up with your self-esteem and will take you to depression without knowing. So take care of yourself.
Take care of yourselves.
Take care of yourself.
Hata kama Rachel says that
cheating is a deal
happiness means different things to different people. Don't let that happiness be staying in an abusive relationship. Whether it's emotional abuse, financial abuse, or physical abuse. Whether you're a man or woman,
because you can't have 3 babies and then it's the first one was I'm sorry, the second one was I'm sorry, the third one was I'm sorry. Okay, I don't know. Actually, think about your life choices. The last one. How does culture shapes our perception of infidelity? I don't know. I'm looking at us.
Why are you looking at me? She has a hot take. Why are you looking at me? Because of the devil's
The devil's friend.
Let me tell you how culture shapes our perspective. You see, before, let's take a situation of marriage. Before you decide to say I do, you meet your parents or vice versa, then you go to church, do a church wedding. So tell me how you're going to leave this relationship because someone cheated. What will the society say?
Na mimi ni mwanakwaya.
Yes.
Mimi mwenyewe Rachel, mimi ni Asha.
Yeah.
Mimi ni secretary of a cell group.
You are a leader somewhere of your community.
Yes, and my dad is a very proud man out there.
So that's
am I going back so that the community would see me?
So culture definitely plays a major role
in making people stay
in such kind of settings. Yes. So we cannot rule out culture. Culture like plays a major role because first thing before when it happens,
you get married in the first place.
When it happens, your first thought will be what will people say? What will people think?
And as much as
you remember our parents were in relationships, they stayed.
So in very toxic relationships.
Yes, some were good, some were toxic. So remember, there is that has been there. It's been like a culture or a tradition. People we were always like, when you're given a talk by either your parents or your grandparents, you're told, no one kuvumiliana. That's the phrase that is normally used. Yes. So when you say no one kuvumiliana, it means it happens.
That loud.
Yes, it happens. So you just hang in there. Whatever the reason, it rains everywhere. Now
that phrase.
Yes, this is now where the phrase it rains everywhere comes in.
And that guy was against happiness by all means.
And this is where the culture comes in. Because who is saying it rains everywhere? Is it the society, our friends, our family?
And even your mom will tell you
it's raining everywhere.
Like if you say someone is beating you black and blue, but some others will tell you, hata sisi tulivumilia.
That is you. That is you. I'm not you. I'm not you. I'm not you. And that was the choice. Clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially for women. You know, men hardly ever leave their marriages.
But you see, sometimes we say like staying for the children is a scam, but clearly your child is in an international school, and now if you have to leave, then you have to share their standards.
Uwapeleke police station.
And our life is just complicated and confused.
It is, but if you ask me, I'd rather have a child at the polling station, but they're not they're not growing up in a dysfunctional family where there's violence. I'd rather that.
Yeah, because now you don't want to bring a very broken child.
Exactly. Yeah. I'd rather that, but it's a tough choice though.
Very tough.
You move from living in Lavi, to
Kawawes.
or Umo. Yeah. You like unaona tu unaweza ona you downgrade ni ngumu.
This one.
Yeah, so I think
akuja niambie venye I'm not as good as other women. And then my friend from that work. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. But those are the major reasons that women would give. Those are the main things that women would give. But again, you see, there are root cause of these things. Clearly, why are we not talking about why we ended up there? Why?
It's I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Why do you think you cannot pick up your pieces?
Because society has told you that you have to stay married, even if you're dying there.
Haven't you seen women who are bosses at work?
No.
And they boss the men?
You've not seen sometimes. Perhaps you've not seen.
But you see, for you to be in a space or for you to have survived, like, not even survived, like you've been in a very toxic relationship, they first deal with your mental state.
Yeah, true.
By the time you're waking up, by the way, you might be living a very good life, you might be having all it takes, but what they do first is to mess up with your state of your so like he become the god and you become, I don't know,
like the servant or
the servant, and he makes you believe like for you to be a good woman, that is what you're supposed to do. And the fact that you also not, because now once he messed up with your mentor or the, what do we call it, the esteem, self-esteem bit, then you don't even know how to relate with people. So now,
and you don't know what's normal.
Yes, the likes of Esther who will tell you, actually, do you know this is what women do to get here? You're going to miss those opportunities. Because your darling husband has decided to make you believe that without him, you can't survive.
And I think through it also you develop what we call the Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
It's where you believe your captor or whoever is abusing you is good for you. So you don't know any other life apart from this
that. You don't know. You forget what a normal life looks like.
Yes. So when everyone
so that's the standard.
Yes, that becomes
when everyone tries to tell you but lakini si unapigwa si utoke, then you're there like
marriage so
au unasema au nitaki ama akwangi mbaya huyu akwangi mbaya anani
vizuri. Na saa hizo unapata the abusive partner pia asha ku isolate from your friends.
Yes.
So your friends are this and that nini. So ni yeye tu, no one else can tell you anything.
You profiling friends for me.
So your world revolves around him. You do not know any other life apart from this.
And society has also made it so clear that is life.
Yes.
That is the same. But do you believe like there are women who are in toxic marriages but they are not aware simply because they don't get the beatings?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
They don't get the beatings, but all of their salary is taken.
Oh God.
They are abused verbally.
Abuse doesn't have to be physical alone.
So abuse takes so many different forms, and a lot of people do not. A lot of people only assume, or they only think that abuse is only physical, but it takes so many different forms. And
trust your gut.
I think that's what I'll tell people.
Be where you want to be. Please don't be there because of children. What do you want as a woman? Are you happy in that? That's not the standard. Get out, interact with people, put yourself first. Work towards yourself, be selfish, and then now you'll figure out life after that.
So this is our turkey now. We added the Royco stock I've got. See how good it's looking. So we are giving it time to simmer a bit. It's very tasty.
But you've only tasted the soup. Just
and then now the turkey. Very tasty. Has a very rich taste. Very yummy. And even it's really nice.
So thank you guys for sticking to the end of the episode. Our turkey is ready and it's looking so delicious. It tastes so good as well. I think it tastes like chicken. And this episode was sponsored by Atieno Ouma, and we'll link her number here so that you can get your turkey from her.
If you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button. Share this post with someone you know would like this kind of content, and also follow us on our social media pages. Yes, we go by Sima and Say on all our pages.
Yeah, see you next time.
Bye.